Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Aquarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Aquarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. 5 of Pentacles. This is the roll of a dice. I feel like you're a risk taker. What I mean is I feel like you have something invested in something, time, effort, energy, money, or space. You've rolled the dice. You've let go of something that you were holding on to with the hope that something better is going to come back to you. So I feel like you're investing in something. Maybe you've invested time. Say, okay, I'm going to put my time into this, and hopefully it's going to bring me something good. We want to have, at the very least, we want to have a break even. You know, we want to get back at least what we put into it, but preferably more. You know, we want a net profit. Yeah. So I feel like you're somebody that's kind of like you're ready for a breakthrough. You're ready for it to finally click, finally happen. You see, there's gold underneath these pentacles. That it's starting to show through. You can see that glowing promise of abundance is right there, and you're just trying to dig down and get that. Okay, so you're investing your energy into something, putting your energy, your effort into it. Okay? Believing that there is gold underneath there, a true harvest. Okay? So you've taken a risk. You've rolled the dice. The 5, right? 5-fingered hand that has let go of something. You've let go of a resource, whether, again, time, effort, energy, money, or space. Let's put this card into a little context. There's that Hermit energy. There's that Builder energy, the Prince of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, the Moon card, yeah, and the Truth, yep, the Certainty. A lot of earth energy here. Of course, the dark, scary forest. The hermit is the one that enters the dark, scary forest. Okay. The dark forest. The sun. There's the gold. The sun is associated with alchemical gold. This is gold. Yeah. This is the gold. This is the breakthrough. This is that true harvest coming in. Wow. That, because see, we're digging. You're pushing. You're saying, I'm gonna keep working at it. I'm going to keep investing in this, and here it is. That is awesome. 6 of Swords, the confirmation of the plan. You stuck to the plan. There's the love, and there's the life-changing doorway to the future. This is a harvest, a true jackpot, gold mine, you're striking gold kind of situation that's going to change your life forever. It's changing. It's literally changing the course of the river. Wow. Wow, that's good. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is whoa, look at that. 7 of Wands volunteered. We're going to have to talk about that. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it here with Bubo, the mechanical owl, right there on top. We're not going to release that Kraken until the very end. It will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card is, put your prediction in the comment section below the video. Okay. Now, as we look around the room here, we see some good majors. The Hermit and the Moon. And the Aeon, Judgment, and the Sun. Okay. So you are the hermit entering the dark, scary forest of uncertainty. That's called being brave, taking a risk, facing your fears, trusting your intuition. Doing that leads to this. Okay? This is a major change. This is saying that you're taking a risk doing something that you don't know the outcome. You don't know the results of it. You're trusting in it. You're choosing to believe in this. The hermit is entering the dark, scary forest, believing that you will discover the gold, believing that you will find the treasure, the harvest, believing that the sun will rise. And here it is. Here's that sun. And that changes your life forever on the other side of this. This is a worthwhile experiment or investment that you've made. Absolutely. We've got a little fire here, and I think that's kind of like, that's the energy that volunteered out of the pack, right? Because otherwise there's no fire here. There's water, there's air, earth, 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 earth. Okay? Water and air, the heart and the mind, okay, are staying cooperative, but you need the will. That Seven of Wands is basically saying that, look, this is a David and Goliath kind of situation. Don't give up. This is the card that's telling you not to quit. Don't stop doing what you're doing. Defend this. Stand up for this. Fight for this. You may feel outnumbered, right? David and Goliath. You may feel like the odds are against you, but you're doing it anyway. Why? Because you believe in this. You believe that it is possible. You believe that it's going to work, even though Five of Pentacles, there's some worry. Right now, we're experiencing a little bit of scarcity. Why? Because we invested it. When you invest your money, what happens? You're divested of it. You don't have any. You've invested it in something, which means that I've divested it from myself. And so now that $10 I was going to put in the pot, now I don't have that $10. I put 5 in on it. It means I don't have 5. I'm hoping that it comes back with what it's supposed to come back with because I got 5 on it, right? But in the meantime, I'm out. I'm in a deficit. I'm in a financially stressful kind of mode. There's tension here. There's contraction. Okay, we're being squeezed. Our resource is flowing away from us with this card. It's the roll of the dice. It's the hand that lets go of something. Okay, as opposed to the Five of Wands, which is the hand that reaches out to grasp something. This is us releasing something. This may be money. This may be a work thing. This is kind of like survival, right? Worries. And you're trying not to engage in any like worst case scenario speculations. Okay? You're trying to keep your heart and your mind cooperative. Six of Swords here. Trying to just stay positive, trying to simplify your expenses, trying to tighten your belt. Okay? This is a card that is like we're on a budget. Okay, we're taking some grounded action here. We're doing the very best that we can. We're not spinning out of control. We're being intentional. We're making a phone call. We're sending the email. We're trying to get on a payment plan. We're applying for other jobs. We're putting our energy. It's not just blind risk take. It's calculated risk. Okay, we're being proactive here. We're gonna keep digging. We're gonna keep working hard, and we know that we'll hit the gold. And we have to choose to believe in that. Okay? This is the phase. This is the natural and necessary phase of something where you are divested of your resources. Okay? This is kind of like, when I don't know how they do it now, but when I had a job, when I was working for a company, we would work 2 weeks and then we would get paid. So for those 2 weeks, I was out time, effort, energy, money, and space. And I just had to trust that I was going to get a paycheck at the end of it. See, that's how it works. We get paid after we do the work, not before. Even now on YouTube, right? I do the work, and they're going to send me a check after. At the end of the month. Okay? For the work that I did previously. And that's what we're going into this knowing, that it's going to cost me before it rewards me. This is the phase. This is the natural and necessary phase. It's not the final identity. This is. Oh boy. This is not even, I was thinking maybe we'd get a 6 of Pentacles, right? I was crossing my fingers. We got gold. We got a sun card here, right? And this is your general energy. This is your general energy at the beginning. This is your general energy when we get through this situation, you know? So ground yourself. Try not to worry. Worry can really affect your nervous system. I think that you're doing a good job of keeping your thoughts very positive. You know about positive affirmations. You know about visualizing the win and visualizing the process. You got this, okay? You could be doing anything. Could be applying for a job. Could be trying to, get out of debt. Could be trying to climb your way up the ladder or up the spiral road, up Big Rock Candy Mountain. There is always a little bit of fear around our resources. Okay. But I think you're taking all the right steps. And you're not gripping to this, right? The alternative to the 5 is the 4. Anytime we get a 5, we start looking for the 4. Because the 4 of Pentacles is like, I've got this resource and I don't want to let it go. Okay? Because this makes me feel safe to have this. Well, this is like, I'm loosening my grip. I'm understanding that I got to pay the bills. I got to pay the debts. I've got to pay my obligations. I've got to invest my time or effort into things. I've got to put in the work. You know, when I first started doing YouTube, it was an investment of my time. And it was scary. It was risky. Because I could have been putting in extra hours at my day job. I could have been out looking for a second job. But instead I said, I'm just going to take what time I have and I'm going to film some tarot readings, and hopefully people resonate with them. You know, I'm just going to do what I know in my heart that I can do, and hopefully people, don't think I have too much of a face for radio. But it was an investment. And eventually my wife, Lenore, she does Ula tea leaf readings. She convinced me to invest a few $100s in buying a camera. I did not want to do it. I said, well, I'm not earning anything from this. I'm doing this for free, basically. It's costing me money to make the videos. And she's like, yeah, but you got to get a camera and a mic. Because that's going to, it's going to sound better. People are going to actually get to hear you and see you in like a real way. And I didn't want to let go of the money, because we needed it. We had a new baby and bills to pay and debt and all this stuff. But I said, okay, all right, I'm going to trust in that. I'm going to trust that I'm going to continue to put time into it and effort into it and a little bit of money into it. And I'm going to believe, I'm going to think positively that it's going to work. And so far, so good. Not out of the woods yet. I don't know if we ever really get out of the woods. To me, out of the woods is when it's worked so well that you don't have to work it anymore. That you're not working for your money's working for you. To me, getting out of the woods is the 9 of Pentacles, let's say escape velocity, perhaps, right? But anyway, you're not panicking. I think you're right where you are supposed to be. Right where you're supposed to be. And with the 7 of Wands here, yeah, it kind of feels like you're up against a lot of odds. The hermit mode, the hermit energy here, it's Spirit's way of telling you, keep doing what you're doing. Don't listen to anybody telling you that you can't do it. Stay motivated, stay locked in, stay focused, stay on the grind. And maybe you're going to have to tighten your belt a little bit. Maybe you're going to have to divest yourself of some time or even some money in order to invest in something. You might have to be a little bit more frugal, clip some coupons or whatever, right? But you're going to make it work. This is you trusting in that. You've got the cloak of invisibility on. Nobody's going to interfere with you. Basically, what that means to me is that you're not listening to the opinions of others. I'm thankful we don't have a 7 of swords here, because then I'd have to make my armpit joke, We're not trying to listen to the stinky opinions of other people. You're focused. You're locked in. And this is you kind of as the alchemist. You're in the laboratory. You're doing the thing. You're following your star, your inner lamp. Right, Aquarius? You're following your destiny. You're following your star. And you're spending time doing this. And it's like if you're going to invest money in, or time even, in what you're doing, it means you can't waste time or money doing other stuff. When I spent the $500 on this camera, I'm still using the same camera, by the way, 4 years later. When you're investing that money or time into your work, whatever this is, it means that you're gonna maybe have to skip, like going out to eat a couple times, or skip the expensive coffee or something like that. Make other sacrifices so that you can invest in this. Okay. So really, the Five of Pentacles is about the allocation of resources. And the Hermit is a very frugal energy. And it might have been, it might be a very kind of austere journey for you. But the Hermit is also the courageous and brave explorer that has chosen to go their own way and do their own thing in life. Not follow the paved road of everybody else, but has decided to do something that is different, where the odds of success are not great. But the rewards are so much better. It's like greater the risk, the greater the rewards. Yeah. And I think it's a risk that is really going to pay off for you. You're reducing the input from outside, though. Okay? Don't pay attention to what other people say. If it's a YouTube channel, don't read the negative comments. Don't listen to your buddy who's telling you, oh, nobody can make it on there. Nobody can make it on YouTube, right? It's not true. Okay? You can, and you will. And I hope it is YouTube. It's a wonderful platform for doing something like this, because it requires a very minimal initial investment to get going. You probably already have a phone, so just film something, put it up there. There's room up here for all of us. Yeah. And I think that you've got something really special to offer the world. And I don't know if this is something like that, or if it's, in your own career, your own field, your own industry. Okay? Taking a risk on that goal, that dream, that destiny. Yeah. And now this is that sort of, you're following that inner light. And journal, okay? Sit quietly, spend time alone, meditate, so that you stay aligned with your spirit. Your inner guide is leading you into this dark, scary forest. Okay? We may be minimizing things. We may be doing less. But what we are doing has awareness and intention. Okay? Your own light is enough to lead you through this forest. You're building something. You're the builder. You have this very wonderful Prince of Pentacles down here. And in order for this to work, in order for you to get into the dark, scary forest and get the gold, you have to be the builder. You have to show up every day. You got to grind. You got to be reliable. You got to be diligent. You got to show up every day ready to go, ready to motivate it. Okay? And whatever you're doing, I think that you're sort of extra motivated when this is your own journey. If we didn't have the Hermit, we might feel a little bit less willing to put in the necessary hours, let's say, or to make the necessary sacrifices. I wonder how many of you are sort of starting your own business, or your own, maybe it's a side hustle, or something like this, or starting your own journey. And I want you to let me know in the comments, do you feel like you're way more willing to show up for yourself or for your family, or for this path for you. Okay, rather than feeling as if we're just, I don't know, just an employee somewhere, and maybe you're working for a company. But I feel like you're walking into that company and you're viewing it as you're an owner. Not like you're walking in and saying, I own the place. No, you're walking in and saying, the success of this company depends on me. You're treating it like you're an owner. You know what I'm saying? And so that's like, if you see something that needs to be done, you're going to do it. You're not just going to show up late and leave early. You're not just going to phone it in. You're going to show up, you're going to do whatever it needs to be done because you're treating it like it's yours. Okay? And that's this card. That's the responsibility and the reliability of the Prince of Pentacles. Taking care of business, doing the bills, doing the chores, doing the maintenance, reaching the deadlines, doing whatever it takes. Okay? That long-term goal of life now, it's a daily effort. This is, the princes of the tarot, they're focused on right here, right now, today. Not what I did yesterday. I worked hard yesterday, now I get to slack off. No. Not thinking, well, yesterday or tomorrow's so overwhelming, the future's so overwhelming that I can't do anything today. What I do today doesn't matter. Nope, not that either. Today is a new day. Today is a self-contained unit. I do the very best that I can today. I don't know if I'm going to work 5 hours or 22 hours today. I don't know what today is going to require of me, but I'm here and I'm ready to work. You're keeping your word, to yourself and to others. You're reliable. And I feel like, people in your life would vouch for you. They would say, oh yeah, Aquarius, they show up. Yeah, when they say they're going to do something, they do it. Especially when you're inspired. Especially when you sort of feel like this is it, this is my destiny, this is where I really want to go. Maybe you're trying to move in, maybe you're trying to be a doctor, maybe you're trying to be a lawyer, maybe you're going to be an artist, maybe you are these things already. But I feel like maybe you're trying to really follow that path. I think it's a very unique path for you. I think it's something that isn't just like what your parents wanted you to do or like where you just kind of ended up in life. I feel like this is something that feels like it's you, And maybe it is doctoring or lawyering or building something, construction or art or music, business of some kind, or maybe restaurants, hospitality. Whatever it is, it feels like it's uniquely for you. Yeah. It feels like it's really true to who you are as a person. And so with this card, it's not just like, hey, I come in at 9 and I leave at 5. I clock in, I clock out, that's it. That's my job. No, this is saying I'll stay late if I have to. I'll go work in another department if I have to. I'll sweep the floor. I'll do whatever it takes. Because it feels like this is your thing. This is your business. It doesn't have to be career or financial. This could be like your home, the way you view your home or your living situation, the way you're viewing your physical health. Whatever your goals are, that's what I'm saying. Whatever they are, they're pure gold. Okay? And you will achieve them. If it's your dream, if it's your wish, if it's your, the life path that you've chosen, or relationship goals or family goals, it doesn't matter. Keep yourself organized. Keep systems in place and things like that. Be flexible, but show up every day. And keep every day as its own self-contained unit. What can you do today that your future self will thank you for? Okay. Real growth is often the result of the consistency of the ordinary day. The extraordinary day is composed, the extraordinary life, I should say, is composed of consistent ordinary days. Today, you work hard. Nothing spectacular happened. Tomorrow, go in, you work hard. Nothing spectacular happens, right? But what you're creating is the spectacular, extraordinary life. Stay on the course. Your grind is building something absolutely real. And I feel like the breakthrough is happening any moment now. Here's the Eight of Pentacles, and this is it too. This is careful effort. This is an attention to detail. It's craftsmanship. It's quality. It's patience. No cutting corners. Paying attention to those high quality details. Pay attention to the paperwork. Read the fine print. Be as accurate as you can. You're building something long term, but you're doing it day by day. Okay? And you're making very small but wise choices for your future self, whether it's savings, whether it's some kind of training, whether it's something regarding health. You're creating a system. You're creating a routine and an order. It's routine, iron routine over the course of time that really makes the grade. You're digging for gold. You're going to strike gold, and it's one shovel load at a time. That's it. Okay? Persistence is key. An attention to detail and high quality. We're not rushing. We don't have a lot of fire. We have just enough fire. Okay? But we don't have like a chaotic fire. Don't let there be a lot of clutter or chaos in your life right now. And remember, good things take time. Yeah. Don't follow the urge to rush. And treat your daily grind like it's an art, and make it beautiful. And treat it like you own it. Treat it like it is an expression of you, because it is. Okay? This is the love for your future self expressed through the present moment. Go slow, do it well. Craftsmanship. Okay? And now we get to talk about the Moon card, which is the uncertainty. This is the threshold of a major change. I feel like there is, between these two cards, I feel like there's a doorway that's opening for you very, very soon. A true harvest is coming in. I think you need to get ready, because I think this is going to hit at any moment. And I think you're going to experience a really massive payout, milestone. You're gonna hit the gold. Doesn't mean your work is over. No, even when you strike the gold of the Sun card, this is still your technique. Okay, you're gonna still live below your means. You're not gonna let lifestyle creep happen, right? You're still gonna be on a budget. You're still gonna clip coupons. You're gonna be a billionaire. You're still gonna clip coupons. Okay, just as an illustration. You're gonna hit the gold. You're going to hit the jackpot. Nothing is going to change. Okay? I mean, I think everything is going to change, but you know what I mean. You're still going to show up every day. You're still going to be consistent. You're still going to focus on quality. And you're going to stay focused. Okay? So the Moon card is showing this sun that's just about to rise. Something is just about to transition. You're almost over the threshold. You've almost crossed into that sunshine, right? The uncertainty is almost over. This is you following your dream into this dark, scary forest of uncertainty. Following that inspiration. And this is, of course, we're unsure. It's foggy. It's an emotional, tension. Yeah. But we're doing it anyway. We're trusting our intuition. We're following our inner lamp into that dark, scary forest, believing that that the sun will rise, basically, This is you in a passageway, and it may be a very scary passageway. The unknown is frightening only until it is illuminated by awareness. You don't know until you go. You'll never know if this is going to be a gold mine for you until you go into the cave. You're not going to know till you go. No, go. No. Okay? So you're walking slowly and carefully through this fog, knowing that the clarity is going to come. Of course, clarity is our ace of swords that we see. I think the sun is just about to rise. If it wasn't shrouded in uncertainty, it wouldn't really be all that big of a deal. You know what I mean? There wouldn't be that much gold there for you to find. So by its very nature, it needs to be a little bit frightening, because it needs to be something that is kind of like not for everyone. You know, it needs to be something where there's odds that are against you. But there has to be a little bit of a chance that you won't make it, you know. Moving forward with clarity and truth, this is the mental power. Okay? This is you knowing without the shadow. No, it's no vagaries here. No shadows, no doubts here about this path for you. You're seeing very, very clearly. Yeah. And this is you receiving that divine certainty, that download. See, the tip of the sword is in outer space. Yeah. It has transcended the jagged, fractal, yellow mental energy. Your consciousness it's like an antenna that's gone up through the fog and has pierced the veil into outer space, into the spiritual realm. And you're receiving the cosmic rays. The cosmic consciousness is coming in and telling you what to do and where to go and how to do it, and kind of showing you feels like almost like a lightning bolt of certainty. And this is that kind of inner lamp that's guiding you forward. Trusting in this path. Knowing that this is your destiny. This is the card that represents the light from the star coming into your consciousness. It is a spiritual illumination that brings you a profound understanding of something. It is an enlightening. Okay? And I think that we see even more of that on the path of the serpent. Now I want you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Okay? Your general energy is this sun card. This is gold. This is plain and simple. This is a card now. It feels like success. It feels like warm. It feels like love. It feels like prosperity. This is the realization of the goal. And this is absolutely beautiful. This is the success. Okay? This is you really like shining. This is you now fulfilling your potential. This is who you are, and this is why you're here. You're celebrating your success. You know? And this is a good mood. This is you feeling proud of yourself. This is you feeling confident. This is you standing in your own light. This is you shining brightly, and this is gold. This is the jackpot. Yeah, this is the jackpot, and this is your general energy. There's clarity here. There's enlightening here, and there's feeling. There's this feeling of pride. Yeah, a real feeling of pride. And I think that it's this is the true harvest. Is you feeling as if what you have devoted, what you've invested yourself in now is toward, right, is growing. Your light, your radiance, has shined down on whatever that earth is, whatever that project is, whatever that path is, right? And now it's growing and it's bearing fruit. You are the sun that's making the plants grow, basically, right? And this is perfect. Very perfect. And the Six of Swords here, to me, feels like this is, first of all, like a lot of cooperation with people in your life. I feel like there's not a lot of drama. I feel like if you've got a team around you, that team is very supportive. The people in your life are sort of harmonizing and resonating with you. And that's making it a lot easier to continue. Okay? Use your beautiful mind, because there's a map there now. And it's a map that you're capable of reading because you got that divine download and Spirit showed you the map. Spirit showed you the system. Okay? You're able to see the pattern. You're able to see, like, stepping back and looking at the pattern, the past, the present, the future, and how things are, how things are going to unfold. You're organizing your life, making decisions based on, based on real data too, because I feel like this is you, this is you tracking things, collecting the data, observing, and forming conclusions and forming new hypotheses, and then continuing moving forward. You're trusting in your own abilities. You're seeing things very, very clearly. And I think that this is harmony. This is a mind now that can see kind of the larger picture, can see more of the divine plan. And it's kind of like you've got a pathway to further success. That basically Spirit is giving you a map through the dark, scary forest. And I think the dark, scary forest feels like a dark, scary forest when we don't have a map. When we have a map, it doesn't feel like the dark, scary forest. It just feels like we're taking a drive down a country road. It feels like a nice little family outing. We're just sort of driving through the country and it's fun. So it changes the nature of the journey. Yeah. And it feels like love. We got the Two of Cups here. And the Two of Cups is just perfect because this really does feel like what you're putting into something, you're getting something back. Like this is a path that, like, you've been investing in it. Yeah, I feel like it loves you back, So we're really feeling the reciprocity here of our efforts. There's chemistry between you and this thing. And this doesn't have to be romantic love. This is your feeling of devotion and commitment to the path you're on, and feeling like you belong on that path. And no longer is it a dark, scary forest. Now it's just a sunny day. Look, there's no clouds in the sky. The water's like glass. There's no turbulence. Okay? You're fully present with this work that you do. And, it's real, it's connection. And to me, it feels like you've been caring for something for a long time, and now it's taking care of you. Yeah. And I think it's, partly because of your devotion and your loyalty and your commitment to whatever this work is. Because when you're there doing it, you're not doing anything else. Right? With the Two of Cups, it's kind of like when you're with your partner, just be with them, put your phone away. When you're on a date with somebody, you just be there and engage with that person. And don't be distracted by everything else. So it's kind of like you're giving something the attention that it deserves. You're making something feel like it's the only thing that matters in that moment. And I think that really shows your love, your commitment, your loyalty, your devotion. Maybe it's a person, yeah. I feel like this is your love for the path. That when you're doing your YouTube videos, your mind isn't in 1,000 other places. You're here, you're doing that. And, I feel like you have the ability to make the person sitting across from you feel like they're the only person here. And I think that is such a wonderful and like magnetic kind of quality. Yeah, because it feels like personal. And this is the love that you have for it. You love it like it's your business, right? Like we talked about. You're the owner. You have to act like you're the owner, like you love it like it's yours. Anyway, it's leading to a profound shift in your reality. Getting that judgment card, that Eon card, is a wake-up call. This is the leveling up. This is the breakthrough. And this is when your life really does change. And you get kind of transported or teleported to a new universe. The new life begins here. Okay? You have answered the call. You've gone through the dark, scary forest. And it's a doorway. It's a doorway to really the life that you get to build. You get to determine what that life looks like on the other side of this. Okay, stepping into the next version of yourself and the next version of your life. This is the breakthrough card, like literally. It's time, you know. And I think it's very soon. I think that very, very soon this is going to really pay off for you. I think that there's a true harvest coming in. So be ready for that leveling up, because this is going to be an interesting transition. I think it's going to really bring new challenges, but just such wonderful rewards. Let's look at the mystery card. I would love for this to be the Empress. We might get like a 9 or a 10 of Pentacles or something like this. Maybe the Wheel of Fortune. If you have a prediction, please put it in the comments. Let's see. Oh, the Temperance card. Interesting. The Temperance card. This is the pressure cooker. And I feel like this is where you are now, in the pressure cooker. This is where you are transforming your life. This is where you're putting in the work. Right now, it probably feels like you're getting hammered by life because you're in the blacksmith's shop. You're in the pressure cooker. This is where you are putting in the sacrifices. You're putting your sacrifices into the alchemical vessel. You're putting in the blood, sweat, and tears. Trusting, knowing beyond the shadow of a doubt that it's worth it, that this experiment will work. This is you putting everything you have into that pot of gumbo, and you say, I know it's going to work. And then it's going to be a delicious meal on the other end of this, you know. So I think this is good. This is that card of transformation. Yeah. And I think it's showing that also that things are shifting now. That there is another kind of a transition happening. And so I think it's kind of going from the scarcity or the worry of the 5 of Pentacles to real gold, feeling just wealthy, feeling as if all of your worries have abated. Yeah. So I think that this is an experiment, and it is a very successful one. Of course, the alchemist is the one that's making gold, right? And yeah, and that's what's happening. You're becoming the best version of yourself, and this is a process that's allowing you to create the best version of your life. So I would say successful experiment. Now we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there's a link in the corner. There's a link down below. New readings for Aquarius. I think they're going to be probably Thursdays and Sundays. Okay, it's not set in stone yet. I apologize for the change in the schedule. I think those are going to be the days I'll post something tonight to let everybody know what we've settled on. Okay, just had to rearrange some things. That's all. Nothing major. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. You know what? Just hit the notifications so that when the new reading comes out, you'll know and you don't have to worry about it. Okay? Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.